Does any part of you kind of feel bad about throwing Hancock out there on the third day after taking the first two games?
No, there's no hard feelings whatsoever about that. No, it's in this league, you never feel bad for anybody in this league. Paul Maneri told me that my first year when we went down to play LSU, and he just talked about in this league, when you get a chance to step on someone, you got to in this league because it's so hard. And we felt really good about our chances today with Emerson on the mound. He's so good. They came out in the first inning swinging the bat, and it kind of made him mad. He was ticked off in the dugout after the first inning. He really bared down, and it's good to see him knock the rust off a little bit. Last week at Auburn, he pitched well, but wasn't up to his standards, and we kind of knew that last week. We were expecting to see a little bit better version of Emerson, and we saw it.
21-9 in the SEC. You said last night, if you don't win, I think 20 games, you would have taken that in the heartbeat. 21, new school record. What does that mean?
Well, again, we won 18-12 last year, and we were really excited about it and got a national seed at 18-12. So we're an absolute lock to be a national seed at 21-9. We've set a program record. I think 1993 is the first year we started playing 30 games in this league, and we never won 21 games. And there's been a lot of good clubs. To get 42 in the regular season as well, I think just tells you and shows the consistency that we've had with the way that we've played. And the great thing about it is we've had consistency with different guys. We've had so many injuries and so many guys go out, and everyone has just stepped up. And it's really hard to do to get through the injuries like we've had. And when we went into Florida, no Emerson, no CJ, no Shunk, no Maxwell. We were, oh no, how are we going to get through this? And we played as good as we played all year against Florida. And that's when I knew this team has a chance to be pretty special. When we could overcome all that and sweep a really good team like Florida, felt really good about it.
How much more satisfaction that give you as their head coach? I know they can't come back. Like a lot of teams, they really killed a lot of teams.
Well, I think the thing that it's kind of taught us is that we don't ever have to panic with this team. And that's going to come in handy as we get deeper into this thing. And the pressure goes up and the crowds get bigger and louder and everyone's on every pitch. Well, our guys have already kind of been through this. We've already had a ton of adversity. So, our guys will breathe a little bit slower and blink a little bit slower when things get tight. And that's comes from experience. We got it from last year and we've got it all year this year, and you can't teach experience.
You mentioned you've got a national seed, top 8 seed, the SEC tournament coming up. I know regional, that's the ultimate big thing. The SEC tournament, how big a deal is this going to be?
We're going to play to win every game. Timmy Elliott most likely is going to start on Wednesday, and we can just keep our rotation the same. Cole Wilcox can stay on Thursday, Tony Lozzi can stay on Friday, Emerson can stay on Saturday. Hey, if we get to Sunday, we'll see what happens. But we're going to try to win every game that we play. Now, the other thing you've got to keep in mind is we're not going to sacrifice someone to win and put them in jeopardy for the regional. So we got to be smart with our pitchers. But the bottom line, it's a great event. It's a great tournament. The fans come out in thousands. We're going to do everything we can to win every game that we play. But regardless of what happens at Hoover, we're a national seed. There's no question about it. To win 21 games in the toughest league in the country, that's going to win the league in just about every single season. We are a national seed at top 8, 100%.
Coach, to get to this point, obviously the first 4 seasons were struggle, but now 2 years in a row, how much patience went into getting to this point?
I don't know if much patience went into it all. I tried to put on a good face for all you guys, and that's probably the hardest thing. I was thinking about it yesterday when I was walking back the hallway to do my radio show after the win, and just had a flashback of the hundreds of time or the 100 or so time that I walked back there really upset and disappointed. But you got to put on a brave face, and you got to say the right things, and you got to keep pushing your guys and challenging your guys and coaching and trying to stay positive. But it's hard. When things don't go your way, it's difficult. But especially these older guys, the juniors and seniors have been through it. They know what it's like to be on the other side, and that's what makes it satisfying, is to watch those guys have success, to see this program have success on a national level. That's what we all wanted to do. That's what we all said we were going to do from day one. It's taken some time, but I'm grateful. The best word I can use is grateful that Greg McGarity had the trust and patience in me to allow me to continue to be the head coach, allow this staff to be here, and just let us coach, and that's paid off. And he deserves a lot of credit for trusting us, and I hope people give it to him because he deserves it.
Getting back to Emerson, one more time. 9 of the 12 starts, he's given up 0 or 1 run. I mean, have you ever been around a starter or a pitcher like that? You can count on to that degree.
He's as good as anyone I've ever had. I mean, that's a given, and I've been fortunate to coach some really good ones. But I mean, it's explosive stuff. He's got a chip on his shoulder. You saw he gave up the 1 hit to Auerbach, and he was so mad. He was so angry. He made a bad pitch. He left it up in the zone. He gave up a hit, and he's angry when he gave up a single when he's winning 6-1. That's just the competitive drive that he has. That's why he's going to have so much success moving on for the next 15, 20 years, because he works so hard. He's really talented. He was mad again at me. He wanted to stay in the game. And I told him, that's okay, you can be mad at me again, that's all right. That's all right, that's all right. We're protecting him. It was the right move to get him out of there. And again, Glover throwing like that, I mean, that's 2 times in a row. We need him, and we needed Goody to get out there and do that, because we're going to need all those guys when we get into postseason. So he wanted to stay out, but he understood it, and he gave me a little smile a little bit later. But it's okay to be a little bit mad at me. That's my job, is to allow those guys to be mad at me every once in a while. That's all right.